with Rebecca Ingalls of Palmer Pond Botanicals at the Real Herb Market. We're going to take a sneak peek into the herbal world behind her amazing products. Come on.
Come on in. So nice to see you and just share this beautiful shop with you.
And
My
you
shop,
are?
Botanicals. I'm Rebecca Ingalls. I'm here on the North Shore of Boston in Massachusetts. Formerly had a brick and mortar store, but now I have an online shop, and I'm so excited about offering some really special items on the Real Herb Market. So glad you are here today to find out more.
Yay. So how did you get into herbalism?
Oh man, I don't know if I think herbalism got into me right from the get-go. So just definitely a nature girl, climbing tree kind of gal, and with a non-traditional upbringing. My parents were kind of hippies from the 60s, and we looked into a few what would you call alternative choices for our healthcare and our lifestyle. And it just continued on when I had my children, and was looking at what was available in like the big box stores and not liking all those ingredients on the back. And I thought, I like to cook. I was for many years a pastry chef, so thought maybe I could make my own stuff, and I did.
So that's how Palmer Pond Botanicals was born?
It was there's a more of a backstory that has to do with the late 90s. I completed a course in aromatherapy at the Pacific Institute of Aromatherapy, and one of the segments in that class was this segment about face care and skin care, and it talked about the beautiful essential oils that could be used for the skin, for the very fine tissues of the skin: carrot seed and rose absolute, things like that. And then also there was a lesson on the lipids, so we learned about rose hip seed oil, why that's so great, evening primrose oil, so on and so forth. So, and also we had to make some creams, skincare creams. I happen to have a sister in Nevada who complained about the dry climate there and her dry skin. So once I completed that course, of course, I had all these beautiful oils. I had invested a lot of money in beautiful oils, and really wanting to show off what I could do, set out to make a beautiful oil for my, not a beautiful oil, a beautiful cream for my sister Nora, which I mailed to her in Nevada, which she loved and shared with her friends. And this became something that I called it and still do call it my essential face cream. And the formulas changed a little bit over the years, but not much. And when I ran out of Rose Absolute, when I was running out of these beautiful oils, I needed to restock my shelves. And this is 2011. I decided that maybe, since everyone seemed to like these things, maybe I could sell the face cream, which would pay for new Rose Absolute, new carrot seed, so on and so forth. So Palmer Pond Botanicals was born online then. And then a few years later, in a brick and mortar location in Salem, Massachusetts, where I wanted to, while I was also making soaps and balms and all the other things that herbalists do, tinctures and teas and so forth. But one of the things that had stuck with me from another course I took in the 90s, that was Rosemary Gladstar's Science and Art of Herbalism. In lesson 5, she talked about the 5 steps to, I think it was 5 steps to great skin or perfect skin. And so I was thinking about those, and I was thinking about my face cream, and I thought, women spend a lot of money. Oh, I had some friends who sold, did these home parties where you'd go and then you'd buy all the wares. And I thought, oh, I'm going to have a party and I am going to introduce the women in my community to plant-based, healthy skincare. And I thought of Rosemary Gladstar and her 5 steps, and I used some of hers. Like one of my steps is derived directly from her class. And I invited the community in every month, the first Friday of the month, for a free facial night, and it was set up like this big buffet, and it was just so lovely and successful. And that's a little background information. And then when I talk about one of my products, it will tie that all together. Do you?
Yes, yes. Tell me, because at this point I am like, what are you making for me here?
Okay. So what happened? And you can look on my Facebook feed at Palmer Pond on Facebook and Instagram, but I think mostly on Facebook. You will see pictures probably back in the shop of the table all set up, and women, and some men did come. Like I had a beautiful couple that came for their first date, and they gave each other the facials. And so what this Friday night facial was me providing all the space, the ingredients, and passing on my knowledge and leading each person through the steps to do their own facial. And it became so popular, and I would be turning people away, and they'd want to know more, and they'd be going and telling their friends, and they some of them were students because I was right near Salem State University, and it was hard for them to afford like to buy in larger sizes each of the 5 steps. So they were wondering if I could make a kit. So one of the items I'm featuring at the Real Herb Market is my Radiant Base kit. And it's all 5 plant-based treatments for your beautiful, beautiful skin in just mini sizes. Shall I show you?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
do.
Can I tip this down so you can see? So you get a box, and in the box are these beautiful, the 5 steps laid out in your own little instruction booklet. If you like mini things, you'll love this. So the first step is called beauty grains, and that is just ground oats, ground almonds, ground local rose petals, lavender, and a little bentonite clay. And so that would be the first step that we would do. And this is what you can do at home. And so what you basically need to provide for yourself is some water, a bowl, and a towel. And you will start with just exfoliating and cleaning with the beauty grains. And then the second step is a face mask. And that is, in this packet are two applications of Irish moss face mask. And what I have done is I go out into the Atlantic Ocean. I don't know if you can see this. I'll talk about that a little bit. You see that? There's a picture of me. It's not me. It's a picture of the Irish moss. So I go out into the Atlantic Ocean, ethically harvest Irish moss, and then in the summer, and then I bring it home and dry it. I want to make sure that you can see that. And so I dry the Irish moss, and then for this particular, I'm dropping it on my keyboard now. This is what happens in my shop too. I get so excited about the Irish moss. So I dry this Irish moss, and then I can grind it up, and I will put it into, so these are the applicator bags. And what they are is, this is my secret, but now everyone's gonna know, they're just tea bags with the Irish moss in them. So what you do is you just drop them into a cup, pour boiling water over, let them steep a little bit, and you end up, they puff out about 75% in volume. And then you've got a clean applicator of a beautiful marine facial. And it feels unbelievable. It just has to be experienced. And the people who came to facial night just couldn't believe it. And it's really just one ingredient. It's clean, it's neat, it's fun. And in the kit, you get two. So you can do this with a friend or a loved one. And there's enough in the kit. There's enough beauty grains. There's enough of the two. And you can actually even reuse these. The Irish moss just plumps the skin, packed with oh gosh, vitamins, all the minerals, iodine, um, vitamin A, K, and it's just an incredible feeling. So after that face mask, the next step is an herbal steam. So, and the way that is carried out is just you get it in this, and this is this little packet is a biodegradable, it's vegetable cellulose. So the bag is compostable, and I try to be very thoughtful about all my packaging so that it can be reused or put into the compost. But so this is just putting the herbs, you can put them in a bowl, then you pour hot water over. I'm sure a lot of the customers here know about facial steams. You have to have a towel. And so you've still got the marine face mask on, and you steam it off with an herbal steam. If you put the steam in the little cotton muslin bag that you get, then the cotton muslin bag becomes an herbal sponge. And you can wipe your facial off. Fourth step is toner. So this is rose water with aloe and witch hazel. Spray, close up your pores. And then the last step is the lipid. Skin being a hydrolipid layer. So we've hydrated, we spray the toner on, and then this is a vial. Some people would call it a face serum. I'm just calling it radiant face oil. So this is a combination of all those oils. The rosehip seed oil, jojoba oil from the Sonoran Desert. And I source my oil, rosehip seed. I mean, you'll recognize mountain rose herbs on those. But I have a beautiful source for jojoba oil from the Sonoran Desert, and beautiful carrot seed oil. So that kind of finishes it off, and it's an incredible feeling. So it's a product, but it's more of an experience.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. Oh, so what kind of experience can people expect when they're buying from you?
I think that, and I don't know, but I feel like it might be palpable. My passion is in every
Yes.
product. And I really, my husband's a chef. So we've been in the restaurant business for years and years and years. And part of that I noticed, and it wasn't intentional, but it just happened that when I was thinking about like the facial night, I was thinking about the people who were going to come and what they might need. So I was thinking about like Friday night, a lot of it was women. Maybe moms had left their babes at home and come for a spa night. And so I feel like I put a lot of thought into that, what it's going to feel like, what it's going to smell like, and how healthy it's going to be for people. I'm very passionate about people taking good care of themselves. And at the end of this facial, what I say is, now you know what a well fed face feels like. And I think
I
that's
love
the
it.
same for any of my like infused oils, or um, I make soap. I make both liquid soap and bar soap, and I'd like to bring some of that to the real herb market. Where, for instance, my herb soaps are. Here was this idea. Like I don't like to waste anything, and I like to, when you've made a tincture or an infused oil, you hate to throw out the mark.
Oh yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
I've made Castile bar soap for quite a while. And one day I thought I had pressed out I make a herb infused jojoba rose oil.
Oh.
And here I had all these rose petals from our local wild beach roses. soaked in this jojoba oil, and what, you can't throw that out.
Oh,
Into the Cuisinart it goes, and then I used it to super fat my bar soap and ended up
oh,
with a very nice, I think, kind of cosmetic soap bar because
sounds
it's
luxurious.
sudsy, but it's creamy.
That is
So
absolutely luxurious.
so yeah, I think that I'm, I love to create new things. I love to simplify things, and I like to offer something with a lot of value for folks who might not have a, big pocketbook.
I love it. I love it.
So does that answer
Yay!
the
I'm very
question?
excited. I'm very excited, and I wanted to share with everybody here. I talked to Jen. She was someone who wanted to say some really good stuff about your products, and she said Rebecca is my absolute favorite resource for local, lovingly grown and wild harvested herbs. I trust her above all others. I'm a practitioner and I always recommend her to my clients. So thank you so much, Jen, for sharing that. And then Jackie also had something really lovely to say I wanted to share with everyone. She said, love Palmer Pond Botanicals. I use the moisturizer religiously for my acne prone skin. Ethically sourced, always excellent customer service. She also has amazing tinctures. Thank you, Jackie.
Oh, that's so sweet of those ladies.
It's been exciting to see you getting the shop together and to watch you getting your products up. People are going to love them. I hope everybody does take the time to get over there soon. I want
I
to thank
hope
you
so
so
too.
much for sharing your shop and your wares with us today.
Well, thank you, Candace. I'm so excited about the Real Herb Market and being a part of just another brilliant idea.
I am excited to share it with everybody. So y'all pop over to Palmer Bond Botanicals at the Real Herb Market to get your hands on some of Rebecca's amazing Palmer Bond botanical herbals today, including that facial kit that is a must-have.
It's a great gift too. Hint,
It
hint.